transfer window first of all, are you happy with all the business that was done?
I think we've recruited really well, yeah. I think we've been very unlucky with injuries. And it's difficult at times to get your idea on how you want to play and a continuity in training and stuff when we've been unlucky and boys dropping out. But overall, I'm delighted. I think I was sitting with Graham the other day there, and we're just drawing the team up, and we've virtually got competition now for most positions, if not every one, which is fantastic. Now, not always are those boys going to be fit, but what it does is create a real competitive edge to training, which is always what I've tried to do here, and the boys have embraced it and they love it. But when you've got boys fighting for positions in it, then it makes, a lot of people say it makes your job easier, but it makes it hard as well, because then you've got to, hopefully you pick the right guys.
Perfect scenario though, isn't it?
It absolutely is, because really, if what it does do is, it gives you an opportunity then to pick a bench, which you've seen from previous benches in the early part of the season. I had a lot of midfielders, but now I think I've got a real opportunity now to really balance it out with defenders, midfielders and attackers. Bringing AJ in close to the transfer window closing was a good piece of business, because he's a different type of striker than what I have. Plays on the shoulders, got really sharp movement. So once Marcus gets back, I think I've got 4 different types, and that's good because it allows you to change your point of attack and style of attack, which again you said there, it's a good thing to have as a manager.
And looking at what's happened so far this season, then you've been wanting the season really to kick-start and start.
Yeah, I said I wasn't getting too worried. Everybody thought 3 defeats and it could have been 4 at Hibs, and I said weirdly probably it's the worst we've played and created the least amount of chances when we get a point. You know, and that's just football, that's just the way it goes sometimes. But I think in times with the Hibs, even when they were pressing forward and Bainey was making saves, I felt comfortable, because I can see it every day in training, the things that we're trying to implement and work on. It's a young, for instance, that back 4 was just, it's a really young back 4, including Bainey with 24, because they're just coming together. Now we've got Darren back fit again, which is great news. We've got Josh Meekings, another brilliant addition to the squad, starting to get to the stage where he's wanting to play games. Jules is back, looking brilliant as well from his long-term injury. So suddenly we've got experience, we've got youth, we've got numbers, and I'm really positive for the season going forward. It's great we picked up a point to go into the break with. Young Glenn Kamara was away with the national team, the full squad. So that's a real positive for the club, that the teams have seen him come in and play well, and our managers deciding that he's ready for international setup. So that can only improve us. So I'm so positive for the season going forward. We'll go to Ibrox with a real strong squad. I've got my ideas how we want to play. We'll respect Rangers and how they play, in particular at home, that big huge crowd. And I'm not going with any fear.
Yeah.
I'm not going with any fear. I'm not going to park the bus either. And that saying, I hate that saying, but if anybody thinks that Dundee are coming to Ibrox to camp in, we're not. At times we'll be compact and we'll defend in numbers when we need to do and respect your opposition, because they've got real talent. It can hurt you, but we're coming to have a go, and I want to build on that point that we got against Hibs. I like the way Pedro Caixinha has dealt with a lot of things, and I said that when he came into the job, I felt he would go back and bring a lot of his players from Mexico and things that he knew, and he's done that. But what he's done well is integrated them with a lot of good Scottish talent as well, and he's a passionate guy. I think that's infectious. It rubs off in the team. You can see what he's trying to do. He's a forward-thinking coach where he's quite aggressive in Rangers play, quite open, and with that leaves gaps. So that's what I'm looking at, and I'm going to try and go there as a manager that is prepared to play attractive football and take risks when we have the ball.
As you mentioned, these new players, even the players, the squad that you were playing, it took some players some time to adapt to being at a club like Rangers. These players are having to come in and hit the ground running. That puts added pressure on them.
There's a lot, of course it does. Listen, playing away from Ibrox is different to playing. The away fans generally are fantastic in any club, because it's thick and thin ones will go all the way. Then you get ones who, when you've got to play at home at Ibrox, you're talking about Rangers players, you have to learn to deal with wearing a jersey, and that's a saying that you don't actually know until you're actually in it. And it's the weight of expectation. It's when you think another club at a draw might be all right. It's not all right at Rangers. having an indifferent game is not all right at Rangers.
So what did it take you to settle in?
I knew, because I'm not coming from a different environment. I know, having played against Rangers and stuff like that, and I was fully aware of the whole thing about. Obviously, I wasn't brought up a Rangers fan, but I became one as soon as I signed on the line, and I understood it because I was going into an environment where there was European world class stars. And I was going in there, but I was confident in my own ability. I mean, you're playing wide left. Some of my idols had played in that wing. David Cooper, to speak about the best. So I know it was expected of me, but I knew I could live up to that because I wasn't a tricky player. I would try and do loads of tricks. Scoop. My job was to get it wide, get in the box, and I had great players that understood me, so they made me better. But you have to buy into it, and you have to be brave, and that's something that I'm going to want for my team, is to be brave and go to Ibrox and no any fear.
Rangers fans are demanding, aren't they?
They're demanding, and that's why we can use that against them, the Rangers players. And Pedro know that, all the Rangers players, they have Kenny Miller and Lee Wallace and all these guys telling them, look, don't fear. If you make a mistake, don't worry about it, get it again. That's something you need to do, is that bravery thing. Keep taking it. But we need to keep taking it. And I've been in the dressing room at Rangers and I've experienced it all, so I'll be giving the same advice to my players, so they're no missing out.
How will it feel for you, given your experience with Rangers, to lead Dundee out to Ibrox?
Sorry?
How will it feel for you to lead Dundee out to Ibrox?
I'll be proud. There's an amazing amount of pride when I'm manager of this club, having started here and finished here. So regardless where we go, I'm proud, but clearly going back to Rangers, where I've spent many successful years there, is something I'm looking forward to. But I'm not going back there to shake any hands. Anybody that knows me will know that I don't have any friends until after the game. Maybe before it I'll shake hands or whatever, but when it's game time, I've got nobody there that I want to please other than my players and my fans of Dundee. So I'm going there fully focused to set us up to win the game. And then afterwards, I can see a few old friends. But as I said, none when there's during that 90 minutes.
And you've had a couple of weeks of training with the international break. How confident are you feeling that you can go there and get that victory?
Always confident. It'll be hard work. It'll be intense. I think we will have to be at our best and have a good game plan, which hopefully we have. The good thing is that we'll get some new boys back into the team, some old boys back fit. And that helps me, and it helps the team, because they go there with great strength. And as I said to you, I think risk if it's done the right way and in the right areas can bear out results and get you rewards, and that's what I want my boys to do.
And you mentioned Josh Meekings earlier. Is he likely to be fit in time for this game?
No. Well, Josh is fit, and Josh and Jules, I'll put the both of them together because they've been long terms. And their attitude to rehab and getting back fit has been first class. They're back training with the group now, looking sharp, wee bit off a game ready, but we'll look to get them a game maybe next week sometime, or the couple of weeks coming, so they can get up to speed. But they're looking fantastic, but no, I think Saturday is a little bit too early for them.
And you talked about the benefit of bringing in the new players to give you that bulk in your squad and competition for places. What do you think the likes of AJ will bring to the squad? AJ
brings, as I said to you, something different than what we didn't have. I think all our strikers have their own qualities and all very different characters and different types of movement, really. I think AJ will bring an energy and a type of striker that likes to play on the shoulder. He's got good movement, and he looks at the type that can snatch at a chance and bury it off the cuff type. But what it's done is just bolster our squad and our attacking options. That goes back to the early part of this press conference when I'm saying about picking a bench. Sometimes it's like overloaded with central midfielders, and you've got to try and adapt how you play. But now I've got options now. I can actually turn around behind me and throw a striker on, or a midfielder, or an attacking one, or a defensive one. Look behind me and say, right, I need a centre back or a left back. I've got those options now, so that's good for me going to Ibrox.
What are you looking for from Jon? You brought him in as well.
We'll call him John because we're in Scotland. No, I think John's got a fantastic pedigree, as we all know. I think anybody that's done their homework will see that he's clearly got a fantastic amount of experience behind him at the top level in La Liga. He's really fit, actually. I wasn't sure how fit he would be, but we tested the other day there, and he was right up there with the top guys, which is brilliant, because Now really it's all about just integrating him within the squad and how we want to play. So I'm expecting him to come here and try and push Kevin. Thought Kevin played well against Hibs. Impress in training, get used to the environment and different characters that we have here, and try and impose his style and his experiences on us as well, because that's important. It's not just about us, it's about when a player comes in to try and help us in terms of how he plays. So it's about competition for places now, and John allows us to look across now and think, right, who's on form in the left back position, or he can play left centre back as well, so if we're light in that department we can cover.
Now you've also tied up Kerr for another 2 years. That must be like making another signing.
Kerr's been exceptional for a young man to be thrown into the environment that he's gone into, and when you think about early part of his first team career, being in an environment where it's like a powder keg fixture in the derby, and I thought he came through with flying colours. And he's grown, and his fitness will grow, and that energy levels that sometimes can affect you, where I know he took a bit of cramp. I wasn't bothered about his condition, I think that can be a reaction to the occasion, a young boy, but he absolutely deserves to be given a new contract. He's going to continue to improve all the time, because I use the expression, he's like a big sponge. He just wants to take in information, learn all the time. He's constantly asking questions, which is vital for a young boy. But what I'm delighted about is he's learning at sharp end. Of course, if you make mistakes at sharp end, then it can cost you points, but I'm not a coach that's scared of throwing a boy in if I think he's ready. I'm not the type of manager that will hide behind experience if I feel that a young boy is ahead of an experienced player, because if you don't take risks, if a coach isn't prepared to take risks, then you can't ask your players to take risks, because they look maybe across at you and think, well, we maybe take a safe option. We're not that type of club now under Graham and myself. I think we want to move the players forward on the coaching field, and let them have the freedom and not have the fear to try things in a match day, and I think that's how we'll improve.
I just wanted to ask about James McPake. It's been a long road to recovery for him. How's he getting on?
James has got no responsibility or pressure on him whatsoever. James is making great recovery and great progress in terms of his timescale. And as I said to you before, when I made Darren the captain, I think to take that responsibility and pressure away for James is really important. I think he's thriving on it. So if James wants to come in and do a wee bit and do more, he'll do more. If he wants to step back and stay away from the club for a day, that's what he'll do, because I know what it's like to be injured. And mentally it's important that if you're right upstairs and your outlook to the injury can help the body heal, and he's making real good progress without any pressure.
There's no sort of time scale put on his return?
None whatsoever.
He'll let you know when he's ready?
He'll let me know when he's hitting targets, and between us all we'll work together.
Team news? Team
news, just what it is, it's we've got Soufiane back fit after a real successful operation, looking great. Faces now, Faisal's looking good after, we had to probably force the issue against Hibs. Back fit, Randy, back for his hamstring injury. No, I think overall we're pretty good. Marcus Haber's clearly going to be a longer one, and Costa started back training but not quite ready for the weekend. So all in all, pretty full.
Good. Hibs have already shown that Rangers at Ibrox have beaten all this season. How encouraging is that for you?
Oh, it's encouraging. You have to remember that Hibs went down there, Rangers went down to 10 men as well, which maybe helped things, but I don't care what Hibs did at Ibrox. I don't really care what other opposition did at Ibrox, because each game is different. Rangers are improving all the time. Under Pedro, I think he'll look at it and feel that they're making steady progress. So it doesn't matter what other teams have done in the past, it's what we do. And what it has shown clearly is that they're not impregnable at Ibrox, and that's what we have to do, impose ourselves in the game, take chances when we come along, and hopefully pick up points.
You were linked with joining Rangers in the summer with Pedro, did you?
No, I didn't meet Pedro. I'll meet him for the first time, have a wee cup of tea after the game, when we're all friends again.